Welcome back to Rev It Up Bowling. My name is Jason Robarge, and today we will be drilling and talking about how we're going to be drilling the Brunswick Ethos. The Ethos will be available on October 20th, 2023, of course. Find it at your local pro shop. But for today, we're going to be drilling it for myself. The reason I chose to drill this ball is I wanted something a little bit different. That I have a stealth pearl. I love it. Super versatile. I floated a ton. Took it to nationals. Bowled with it last weekend in a tournament. Did pretty well, actually. So I wanted to change my numbers, my dual angles a little bit with this ball. So this is a symmetric pearl from Brunswick. It has the HK22 cover combined with the SH 4.0 pearl, including a core that has a 2.48 RG and a 0.054 diff. So it is a low RG, high diff pearl symmetric. So with these kind of bowling balls, typically they're going to create a skid snap motion, pretty left to right kind of ball motion. For me as an individual, I am a little heavy-handed, so I do like putting weaker layouts even on balls like this because my hand kind of make a difference. Also around here in Alaska in general, besides center bowl where we're at now, the lanes are pretty worn out. They have a lot of friction, heads hook quite a bit. So with bowling balls like this, I don't want anything to just spark up and take a left turn. I do want it to blend the lane out. So what we're going to be doing on this one is the dual angles we will be putting on this is the symmetric. So kind of a default 50 for the drill angle. Then we're going to do a 4 3/4 pin to pap and a 70 val angle. The difference between this and the Stealth Pearl was I did a 4.5 by 55, I believe. And sometimes it can just be a little too mid-laney, a little too sharp. So I wanted to get something that gets down lane a little bit more, but still is smooth. So that 70 val angle will definitely see friction and try to roll through it rather than just spark up off of it. Usually I don't go too high with that number on balls like this. However, from what I saw with the Stealth Pearl and the comparisons and the similarities to this ball, I wanted to try something a little different. So let's get into the layout. All right, so my PAP, a little bit about myself too. I have roughly a 450 rev rate, somewhere around there. A little bit tilt, pretty up the back of it, pretty rolly, somewhere around the 17 to 18 mile an hour mark, depending on what I'm throwing on. So my PAP is 4 7/8 over and half up. So not a whole lot of tilt, but do have some. So let's go ahead and throw the numbers on this ball. Another reason I do love this bowling ball, dot system. I love that Brunswick embedded it. I think for drillers, it just gives you so many possibilities for drillings. I would love it if every ball came out like that. But fortunately, especially for a router staffer, Brunswick has patented this technology. So let's get the first number on. I'm just gonna do a nice little 50. All right, 4 3/4. Get it there. And a nice little 70. Very tall val angle. I would say for people who have a little bit lower rev rate, maybe they do need a little bit of help to get that ball kind of turned and transition a little quicker, lower that val angle a little bit. And if you guys haven't got your PAPs from your local pro shop, your PAP, very, very important to lay out stuff and be able to predict ball motions before you even throw. So definitely ask your pro shop operator to find your PAP and start talking about either using the dual angle system, the vector system if you're two-handed, the VAL, or the 2LS system. They're really good tools to have. So 4 7/8 over. All right, perfect. All right, so now you can see I got my drill angle, which is symmetric, doesn't matter as much. Then we got our pin to PAP, and then we got our 70-degree val angle right here, right? So what we're gonna do is, mine is 4 1/16 across. So we just go up that 2-ish basically. Draw a line straight across. And then 4 1/16. Perfect. So with this ball, as you can see, fingers will be just above the pin, which with the dot system, this is really nice because most of the time you need to be drilling a specific distance away from the pin to not void any warranties or to just not give the possibility of it cracking. When you drill close to pins, it has a higher probability of cracking from that finger to that pin. So with the dot system, we don't have to worry about that. So fingers will be right above the pin. CG technically kicked a little bit, which doesn't really matter as much. But either way, so with this, again, with this layout, I want to be comparing it more so when I throw this ball to my Stealth Pearl. I don't know if I'll have both in my bag at the same time, but I am curious to do this experiment because I've never had this particular layout on a ball like this before. So what we're gonna do now is just go ahead and get her punched up. All right, so then change our angles. So we'll do our first cut for a thumb, 53. 2/8 reverse. All right, so I do use the IT system, so we'll be installing that today. And if you guys are drilling multiple balls a year, or you have swelling problems, especially with your thumb, talk to your pro shop owner about installing interchangeables. If it's the Ultimate, the ITs, any of the other ones, Switch Grip, definitely talk to them. I think it's worth it as long as you're drilling multiple balls a year, or if you have swelling problems. All right, do that quick swap. Wow. Perfect. Variation 5/16. Grab my thumb slug, depth, and now. Now, normally with IC bits, you just go down to the collar. I changed my pitches and stuff a few times, so mine are no longer at standard depth, so I have to be finagling. Perfect. Golden. Alright. Do some of the finishing process. But one thing I didn't mention about this is a new core for Brunswick. It is a little bit different. Kind of looks like an upside down melee core a little bit, but I do love the numbers. Again, I really like the numbers. Yeah, and in comments, please let me know what you guys think about this ball, or if you do plan on getting it, and let me know how it goes for you guys. I'll definitely be probably throwing it tonight in League, so I'll go ahead and make a post on how that went. Last week we did the Rhino Pro video, and it worked phenomenal. Last game I went front 10. I did actually end up getting left the 4th arrow in that video. I said I probably wouldn't. That Rhino was actually got some games on it. Came out a little bit more versatile than I expected, so I do enjoy that. See if we can do the same thing this week with this ball, and not shoot 180 or second game. I mean, T should just go in nice and smooth. All right. Let's get this anchor put in. Yeah, while I do this, let me know, guys, what you think about the other interchangeables. I use ITs. I really like them. Used them for years. Rarely ever had any problems with them. But I know, obviously, Ultimates, Switch Grips, Joe Pros. Let me know what you guys use. Curious to see what other people use. In Alaska, it really seems like ITs are going to be the most popular. One of the reasons, too, is there's a lot of temperature fluctuation here. So things like the Ultimates, the sleeves, cores seem to do weird things, the cover socks and stuff. And it seems like the IT, since you do have that 30-second wiggle room, a little bit better when it does swell. Throw a little anchor in. Bam. And you have a workable thumb. Perfect. All right, that's the fingers. So, matter of about 10 minutes, we got throwable bowling ball. All right, so that is the Ethos. As I mentioned before, the layout on this is a 50 by 4 3/4 by 70. what I expect this to give me is a relatively longer, because of pearl cover stock, but I'm hoping a smooth. My goal compared to the Stealth Pearl again is just to eliminate the mid lane just a teensy bit more from this ball. By doing that, I did a little bit longer pin to pap, raise that RG up, and then I did go with a slower val angle because I do feel like the Stealth Pearl sparked a little too much. So it should be a little longer, a little smoother than the Stealth Pearl. But that is the Brunswick Ethos pearl cover stock. If you're interested in it, talk to your local pro shop. And yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out. This is Rev It Up Bowling. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Much love. Peace.